Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're taking a look at another New Wave Toys product. This is the second one that I own now. I just did a review on the Missile Commands Field Edition, and now I am doing the 1942 one here. That's the one we're going to be opening and unboxing and going through and kind of showcasing what it looks like and giving my impressions and review on it as well. So let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming tech is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so we're opening up this here together. This being my second one. The Missile Command one I just did a review on was fantastic, just like everyone said. I'm finally getting into these because now I actually have room to display a little mini arcade that I have going on, which you guys will see next Friday when I do my game room tour, so definitely look forward to that. A lot of changes this year. So let's go ahead and open this up here together. I do not keep these cardboard boxes, even though they do a great job of having these packaged really well, because I know these go to collectors, but unfortunately I don't have room to keep every single box, so I essentially just keep the box that it comes in, which you guys will see in a minute, which is the main box. But opening this up here, they package us super well. They have a piece of cardboard on top to protect even this one in case people want to keep this one. And then you have a box inside of a box, just like you guys see here. Another one on the bottom to protect the bottom from getting anything. So we'll put that here to the side. And then there's another box here. This one's obviously also labeled. You got Capcom 1942 all over the place here. And then when you open this one up and flap it open, this is the actual box of the actual unit. So again, they go crazy and doing this to make sure it doesn't get damaged and stuff, which is awesome because everyone loves to keep. I think a lot of people at the bare minimum like to keep at least this box, which is the box I'm going to be keeping, because this is obviously the box that this thing comes with, so I think it's really cool. So I definitely will, keep this. So what do we got going on here? So I got this one because I really like the fact that this has a new look to it. Compared to the other machines that they do, I love the fact that everything is unique and stuff. And this one's obviously a different shape compared to their other machines that they do, which is really cool. And then it also has two games, 1942 and 1943, and I love both of those games. It has a 1943 mini arcade stick is in here, so it comes with that for two-player gameplay, so you can play two players, which is really cool. They're giving that away for a limited time, so you get that little mini arcade stick, which we'll take a look at, which is cool. Of course, this is a limited edition 12-inch arcade machine. Really excited about that. And then it just kind of goes to the advertisement that it includes two games, licensed by Capcom. And then, of course, here on the back, you got all of the different things that it talks about here usually, what it includes, like the mini arcade stick, the sticker, the replica, the charger, and the mini metal coins that they always give, and the features that it has and stuff like that. Love the artwork that they do on these boxes, as you guys are looking at here. I love the artwork, and I love how everything kind of looks on these. So let's go ahead and unbox this, shall we, and see what we have going on. We'll open this up here together. These machines so far, from the other one that I've opened, this is only the second one that I've opened. I have Food Fight coming to me as well. Waiting for that one to get here. You guys will be seeing a review of that next week. Excited for Food Fight. I heard that one's really, really good. That one being the latest one that they've released. This one's been around for a while. And the Missile Command one that I did has been around for a little while. That one's a little bit newer. But I'm excited for Food Fight because it's their newest one. And I'm hoping to get my hands on some of their other ones. But you guys know, since I started collecting these late, now all the old ones are like, quadruple the price on eBay and stuff like that. So it's kind of ridiculous on some of them. So we'll see which other ones I can get my hands on for a decent price. So opening this box up together here. Again, they do a fantastic job with packaging. They got the foam insert right on top. And then right here on the top, you have the owner's manual. And like I always say, that I really like is the owner's manual that's sitting on here. The reason that I think it's really cool is because the instruction manual is kind of the exact same instruction manual that you would have gotten if you got a 1942 original cabinet. Of course, when you open the book, it's obviously based on what you're looking at here in this arcade machine, but the front cover of the manual is exactly the same cover as the manual would have been if you actually had the arcade machine, which is cool. And it comes with a little sticker that says Top Secret and instructions if you want to put it on. And then it also has the little coins that it has on there that they always give, which I think are really cool. And then we unbox this here. Of course, this being the arcade machine, you got this one being a different shape here. here is the mini arcade stick. And this looks really, really cool. So you can use this so you can either play, off the screen if you want to, and I'll show you guys what that means. Or you can just play, 2 players. This is really cool. Little mini arcade stick right there. So that's really cool. Feels good. The buttons on it. Has a clicky feel to it. Joystick also has a nice clicky feel to it. So, seems good. We'll take a look at that afterwards. And then, of course, the main star here. We got the actual machine itself. Let's see if we can get this out of the box here, because there's a lot of foam around it. Get this out in one piece. Or actually, we also have the USB cable in here. 2 USB cables, actually. One for the arcade stick, and one for the actual unit itself. So we got 2 USBs. And then we got the foam insert itself for this machine. As we pull this out, you can put the foam right back in here and put this over here to the side for a second. And here is the actual machine. This looks really, really cool. Again, fantastic packaging. They got everything packaged up really nicely. And here they got the plastic wrapper on it, of course. And then they also have the screen protector here on the screen, so the screen doesn't get ruined until it gets to you. We'll peel that off. And yeah, this looks fantastic. I mean, and then it also has a film protector on the actual marquee as well. So we'll peel that off. But yeah, this looks really, really good. Has a really nice premium feel to it. The artwork here on the side looks really good. Has a nice premium feel to it. And then on the back, you got your volume and your power on button. Then you also have your speaker grills here on the back. And you got the plugins that you can plug into right here. So you can plug them in. You can charge it right there. And you can plug in your controllers and stuff here on the back with the USB ports, or charge it, of course. And then here on the front is, of course, the unit itself. And the unit itself has a nice joystick here. This one is not clicky, so this one just kind of moves. It's not clicky like the other one, the actual mini arcade stick. This one's actually clicky, but this one is not. This one's just steady. And then it's got the player 1, player 2 button there, and then it's got the fire and loop button as well. It's got the nice marquee artwork there on the side, which looks really cool. I like the artwork there on the side of the actual screen. It looks really nice. And yeah, everything about this machine looks really, really good. I guess that's probably not a surprise to most people at this point, considering how well of a job they do things with everything. The artwork here is fantastic. It looks really, really good on here. Looking through this, the 1943 or 1942, decal over here. The nice little. These are one of their original ones, so they didn't do like the light up marquee, the light up coin door like they do with the buttons on like the other one I reviewed, because this was one of their first ones that they came out with. But it still looks really, really good. And then I love the fact that this kind of drips over, the arcade like it was when it originally came out. That it actually has like the waterfall where it kind of like drips over the actual arcade panel there, like it's supposed to. Just fantastic looking. Again. I'm not going to be shocked when I see how good these look, but seeing them in person is awesome as somebody who hasn't really had a lot of experience with New Wave toys, and these just look awesome. So let's go ahead and power this on and get a closer look at this. There we go. As it powers itself on, you got the New Wave Toys logo right there, which is nice, and then it's got the 1942 already lit up. And let me tell you, this marquee lit up looks fantastic, and I'll give you guys a close-up here after we look at some things, but this looks awesome as far as the marquee here and how good it looks lit up. And just how evenly the light up looks, and it just looks fantastic. I mean, they do a fantastic job with this stuff. So, we're going to go ahead and give it a shot with just the onboard controls here first, so you guys can get a feel for that. I'm probably going to be terrible as I move this closer, only because of the fact that I'm playing behind a screen here and playing a little sideways. But I'm going to go ahead and hit one player here. We're going to go ahead, and actually, before we do that, we can hit the bottom black button here. There's 2 buttons here. If you hit the bottom portion, you get into the settings screen, and I know this is going to be way too small for you guys to see, because it's almost too small for me to see without sticking my head over here. But you can hit game selection, so you can kind of change the game that it actually starts up with, as opposed to it's either 1942 or 1943, like we said. You got the difficulty set on normal. You can turn off the marquee light if you want to. The brightness, player 1 and player 2 switch, the scan lines, starting lives, and bonus lives. So, and then you can see the battery indicator as well. So, we can go ahead and just press that button to get out of there again. And then you can hit the top black right here. And that's how it inserts the coins. There goes the actual noise that we're all familiar with 1942. And then you hit player 1 start, and boom, here we go. This is really, really loud too. If it's not coming across, it's a lot louder than you would expect for a machine this big. And here we go. We are here playing. Oh boy, that was terrible. Can't be that bad. Can't be that bad. Seems really responsive. Still going to be really hard to play these things on a small screen. Right now I'm just doing terrible because I'm trying to talk and record at the same time, which is what I'm going to blame it on. But it is really, really cool to be able to play on something this small. And the joystick works really well. It's definitely really nice. Alright, we're doing a little bit better now. You can also loop out of the way. Nope. Damn, I can't believe I got out of that. And I got caught by that guy at the corner. And I got a game over. Tells you how many you shot down, your percentage, and stuff like that. And then, of course, you can also do your high scores, which is nice. If you actually got a high score, you can actually, it does keep track of local leaderboards and stuff like that, which is nice. And then you can just continue to do that. Now, what you can do as well, like I talked about, is this little mini arcade stick. Now, if you were to plug this in right now and turn it on, of course, what would happen is it would go to second player, and then first player would be playing on this, second player would be playing on this. But if you want to use this as your own, so you can play it, you know, by yourself, and still use this where you kind of just play this in front of it like this. Like if you want to just play like kind of in your hand like that, or on a little table instead of using the on-screen controls, which will probably be a little bit more comfortable. So then basically you would just plug this in if you want to. You plug this into the USB port here that we talked about before. It comes with the 2 USB cables to use. So you would just take the other one, plug it in. And then, like I said, there's 2 USB ports on the back of this thing. So you can just plug one in. And I like the fact that this one is themed to 1943. That way you know both games are on here and you got like a piece for both. But essentially now you would just come in here. You can see now the joystick is already working on the options menu as I scroll through. But now you would just hit player 2-1 switch and then you hit that on so you can actually use this as player 1. So you want that turned on and you can get out of this menu. Now you can insert a coin like we did before. Now you can hit player 1. So only one player starts. And even though you're supposed to hit this button here to start, this would usually start player 2, but obviously with that switch that I enabled in the settings, now I'm playing as player 1. And I will definitely say this is way more comfortable to actually play, which is not a surprise, even though the other way is perfectly playable, and it's a lot of fun to play that way just because you're playing on such a novel device that's that small but just works really well with the controls. Obviously, the fact that I don't have to be hunched over the screen and just kind of looking at this, and like this, obviously makes it easier to play. And I love the clicky nature of this joystick, I'm not going to lie. The joystick feels really good in my opinion. I love the clicky, and I got killed anyway. I love the clickiness nature, and the screen on this thing is fantastic, just like they are in all the New Wave toys. Like, I'm looking at this on an angle. I'm sitting on the left-hand side over here looking at this on an angle. No distortion, no anything, no glare, no nothing like that on the screen. It just works really well from the side, which is... And I got hit because I didn't know that was coming. So this works really well as a two-player game. Because you can obviously... Or by yourself, because you can actually not have to be directly on center of the screen, and you can still see things. But the sound effects are really good. A lot louder than you would expect a machine to be that's this small. The controls work really well. The ROM, obviously... Or the actual game itself is really cool. If you love this game. And this thing works extremely well. And I love the fact that it saves high scores too, which is awesome. So, this thing is definitely really cool. Really awesome to add to your collection if you have an area to kind of show it off and stuff like that. And then you can obviously just let that go to, let that show off if you want to. So, this is a really fun machine. Let me give you guys a close-up of this screen again because I do want to show you guys just how nice this actually looks. I mean, if you see that marquee there, it is nicely lit. Evenly, it looks really good. I love the artwork there on the side, the control panel, the waterfall, the artwork here on the side. all looks really, really good on this cabinet. I love the unique nature of how this looks, and the screen there, as you can see, from any angle, just looks really, really good. No matter what angle you put it, you know, it still looks really good, and you can play it from angles and stuff like that. Fantastic, and the screen's really sharp and nice looking, and the controls on here work really good, but I like this even better. I think when I pull this out, I'm always going to want to use this, even though playing on this works perfectly fine, but this is just fun. I also, like I said, I love the clickiness of the buttons on here. Which these are not clicky on here. But they still work really well, and the game is really fun to play. Super happy to add this as my second New Wave Toys piece. I can't wait to get some more of these because they're fantastic, and they're so much fun to look at and display and just have on. And the fact that you can actually charge these things and then kind of have them on without being plugged in is awesome. And I can't wait for their future accessories like the Coca-Cola machine, the Zotar machine. There's so many cool things coming from them, and I can't wait. So guys, if you guys have any questions about anything I showed you guys here today, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.